Hello. Thank you for joining me on I Am Maggie Love. I love having you here on my channel. It's enjoyable spending this time with you. When you do get a chance, please hit subscribe and like and leave your comments. And so what we are doing, we're still working through the magic of everyday life with Maria Szepes. And I'm trying to get us kind of through chapter 6. We're doing a nice slow crawl. Okay, so we're going to pick up where we left off, okay? At this stage, the intellect awakening into consciousness becomes suddenly aware of unexpected turns and an unusual mystery play. One has to register that while consumed by envy for dense, gaudy, superficial things, one takes on the symbolism of the appearance of what is sought after and coveted. Imitating the symptoms, the person becomes a gaudy, superficial, dense figure who then gets in the way of yet another fellow human being's base envy. Envy clashes with envy, and as soon as ideals change, however, and envy is distilled towards higher goals, the clash ceases to exist. So we are this. We are working towards the negativity ceasing to exist. Yeah. Okay. The awakened person has left the thick denseness, the dark crowdedness. They have become invisible to the go-getters because they are divested of the opportunist conjuring formula, which provoked the inferiority of the hustlers from their own base layers. So that's the awakened person. They're emerging from their shadow. They're emerging from the negativity. They have therefore found the antidote to envy without having to force themselves to repress or torture either themselves or their fellow human beings. And that's what we're here to. We want to be a gift to ourselves because everybody is us pushed out, and a gift to everyone around us. The formula for the serum, envy must be transposed into a higher frequency with the help of spiritual goals of enduring value. Yes. Few people envy this. Even fewer imitate it. However, whoever executes this operation on themselves exchanges fate. Even if our physical being does not change, the name of things changes within. Whatever we handle as envy before is suddenly transformed as a result of easing the acute pain and fever into power glowing with inspiration that grows wings to development. So Red Bull ain't the only thing out there that gives us wings, okay? Both the toxins and the antitoxin for lack of sympathy, selfishness, suspicion, and unpleasant lie within us. The medicine for every lower scale harmful potential is the recognition that we are the one who has to extradite ourselves from conflicts we have caused upward. Only we are capable of putting an end to provocation, responding to base tendencies, temperamental emanations, gestures, and words with the power of thought. We must place different constructive thoughts on our projected center in our own mind. Whew, I love that. We must place different constructive thoughts at our projection center in our own minds, and we are doing this. And we must stand by them, even if diffuse negatively charged powers continue to rattle and swirl the air around us for a long time. Okay, so this is something that I've been talking about. No matter what the 3D is dishing up, when you make your mind that you are going to have the faith to believe in your goal, your dream, as the 3D throws things into the way, trying to discourage you and prove to you that this can't be so, you are going to keep your eyes on the prize, and you're going to stay focused on what you are working to manifest. And what, so when it's dishing out this negativity, you're not going to say, oh yeah, that's my life, that's it. Then no, you're going to say, no thank you. And you're not going to put a whole lot of importance on it. Like with the reality transurfing, we don't want a whole bunch of balancing powers to come in. We're just going to let it move on by, and we're going to stay focused on what we are achieving, what we are transforming to. The destructive effects of self-tickling, self-enraging, self-diseasing, and disparaging suggestions is known to all of us. Even an unpleasant toothache in the middle of the night can be broiled to a small-scale cataclysm for ourselves and our environment if we allow flagstating words such as these into our minds. I can't stand it. I'm going insane. I must stop at once, or I'll jump out of my skin. Oh, ugh, it hurts. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. I can't stand it any longer. The next phase of this inner conduct is even louder whispering, heavy sobs, heart-wrenching gasps for air, screams, and the scurrying of the entire household. So this does not say if you have some kind of medical issue, like if a person cuts a finger off, you're not going to, in general, go to a healer when you know that a surgeon can assist you and a vascular team. Now, I'm not saying a healer, Jesus can't heal you. But I'm just saying, like, you're not, obviously, if you have something going on, COVID, and you're developing harder situations, or symptoms, and you need care, you're not going to ignore it. But what this is offering up is that if you take some kind of a splinter and you just focus on it, you can turn it into a whole sepsis. So we don't want to do that. So the antitoxin formula for the same situation is, unfortunately, my tooth hurts. I have no painkillers. I would not like to disturb anyone sleeping. If I observe it objectively, I have to conclude that I feel more of a throbbing, which is uncomfortable, but under no circumstances unendurable. If I lie here awake while doing anything, my thoughts will continue to feel around the inflamed area. I must divert them from there actively. A person in pain has many ways to redirect their thoughts based on individual preferences. One may be to turn on the lights and start reading an exciting book, like The Magic of Everyday Life by Maria Szepes, I'm just saying, or Reality Revolution by Brian Scott. Another is something much more valuable and productive. A person engages hidden powerful frequencies into their thought current circuitry. Humanity's sacrificial, willing desire to suffer, heroism, which exalts and as a result of pain, rises above pain, which we are doing. We're rising above it all so that we can give our gifts of service, our purpose, make our dreams and our goals come true. So in order to do this, they may remain calmly in the bed in the dark while their mind becomes the source of a far-reaching string of thoughts. Neville Goddard's work, like look into it. Reality transurfing, you're going on to a new script. So quotes, I lie awake together with other hundreds of thousands of sick people with fever, injured, moreover, sadistically tortured, who suffer horrible pain without sedation, and they thirst, racked with spasms, and wounds are rotting on them. I offer this little toothache to one of them so that their pain may be lessened. I accept a small portion of their suffering. It makes me happy to be able to share in their burden. But this latter conduct, so sharing in another's burden, because you cannot give from an empty cup, this latter conduct is, of course, only productive in an individual whose ideals already shine in the highest order of ethos. So we got to be filling up that cup to be diluting other people's energies if they're in these negative, sick places. Like, you can actually get sick, not just sick from people passing on an infection, but sick from the psyche of sickness if we're not taking good self-care. And I want to just kind of go back and highlight something. When they talk about the person in pain has many ways to redirect their thoughts. As a nurse, I oftentimes didn't have to give a lot of pain medications. And people would, like some of my coworkers would say that, you know, Maggie heals people with her love. Or they would say, wow, she can talk people down from trees and she doesn't even need the drugs. And a large part of that was because people do not care what you know until they know that you care. And I authentically cared about the patients and the people I worked with and for. And they could feel that. It created like an energy field. And I would listen to them. The pain is whatever somebody's saying it is. That's something we also say in the medical field too. What the person tells you is the pain is the pain. But I know this, when I just acknowledge people and I listen to them, it created this environment of safety and trust. And then I didn't need to slam them with all these drugs because I was the drug, really. Like, I helped create this field that helped them to feel safe and helped them to heal and, you know, helped them to redirect their thoughts on pain. And therefore, they didn't have as much. So I am very grateful that you joined me, and I know you are all different types of painkillers out there, and it's just lovely getting this time to spend time with you. Please, when you do get a chance, subscribe and like and leave your comments, and guys, just know that you matter and keep looking around for the magic of everyday life. It's in you, it's around you, it's you. Thank you for joining me. We are moving and grooving through chapter 6. And I'll be praying for you, for your health, wealth, and love, for you and all your family members, your loved ones, and even your enemies. All right. And remember, peace in, peace out.